What is going on, everybody? Back working on the Tamiya Scania R470 Highline. A lot of crazy mess going on in the world right now. So I figured I'd take a couple hours, get away from all the news and other stuff. Do a little work. Going to put the rear axle together. Using my Vanquish Products lithium waterproof grease. I've already put the bevel gear in the front half of the axle. Pretty simple. Bearing, slide the gear in, bearing, E-clip here on the back. And I've also put the bearings on the axle shafts, E-clip, 2 bearings, and an E-clip, both sides. Didn't figure there's any sense in fiddling with the little E-clips because they can be a pain. Speaking of a pain, I believe I have my camera / memory card issue worked out, so we should be in true high definition now. I guess I'll find out after I get the video on the computer. But anyway, we'll move on. Everything has got to be greased. Got little spacer washers that go on here. Like I said, I prefer this grease over the grease that comes with the kit because it, not immediately, but over time it will dry out. It takes, several years. But this is a little bit better grease anyway. Drop him in there. You don't have to overload it. Just make sure everything's coated. Get a little spider gears on here. I'm going to drop that down inside there before we put any grease on the gears. Same thing on the other side here. Spacer. Line everything up. grease off our fingers. And out of all the Phillips drive screws, the three that put the diff together are Allen heads. Why is not a question I can answer. Probably because they're hardened. A little bit of Loctite on them. Or excuse me, thread lock. I don't want to be stepping on any copyrights or anything here. Oop. Alright, now wipe all the excess grease off of it. And this guy, we want to put a little grease on this. Now if you're using the bushings, you want to grease the whole shaft, but since I'm using the ball bearings, I don't need to do that. But we do want to grease where it slides into the diff. Make sure you put the right one in the right side. Everything is painted like it's supposed to. And then the other side has a little pin that slips into the other. Get grease on that. Just like that. Make sure everything spins and works like it should. We can grease this guy up. Just like that. Now we have the back half of the axle here. Gotta kind of line up the bearings and kind of drop them in there. Alright. Then we can pop the first front half on. Just like that. Make sure everything still works. And it does. And now we have little nuts. And we want to use thread lock. What side of this is M3 nuts and 3x15 bolts. just snug them all down. Alright, check again, make sure everything's turning like it should. Everything feels good. Alright. Clean the grease up out of the way. And we will put our drive cup on. This little guy. The drive shaft is a dog bone type deal. Definitely want some thread lock on that. I'm just running that in so that it sticks out where I can get it on the flat there. Alright. Now you got your E-clip there that holds the bevel gear in. You don't want to push that drive cup all the way up against it. You want to leave just a little bit of space in there. You don't want to be rubbing that E-clip. And now, make sure you got it oriented the way it shows in the little picture book there. And we will get our leaf springs put on. Make sure I do this right here. M3 nut. What is that shoulder bolt? It's a 3 by 14. A little bit fiddly there. There we go. Make sure they move around freely. And you do want to make sure when you put them on that the nut is facing to the outside of the axle. Otherwise it'll be rubbing against the chassis. So you do have to kind of do a left and right thing here. Get him to stay on the shoulder there. spacers that go like that. And we also have left and right shock mounts, and they are, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but they do have a little L and a R stamped in them. Gotta kind of try to hold all of this together now. And a little cap. And 2 little nuts. Snug it down. A little more thread lock here. Just like that. And I can't believe I actually got both of them on the first try. Alright. Well, there's the basic axle put together. Now we have to bring the old chassis in here. Now, let's see here. Everything like that. Right there. Okay, those are lock nuts. And they have little pockets in there for them. To do with the other ones right there. They don't press in, but it'll keep them in place. Okay, so we have a spacer, little metal mount, and little plastic spacers, and a 3x20 Is that a 3x20? Yes, it is. So, kind of got to go through there. Got to put this guy on there. Alright, well, this is going to be fun. There we go. We don't want to over tighten that. We want to make sure those can move back there. Yeah, I'll see if we can do the same thing on the other side. Yeah. Here comes the fun. Alright, that worked terrible. Is the nut still in there? Yes, it is. There we go. Now you can probably only see my hands. Speaking of cameras, I am still playing with the GoPro Hero 7. Not sure when that'll make its debut yet. Okay. Alright, got him all lined up. Now we need two of these guys. He's just little metal spacer type doodads there. And 4mm washers. If I can get my fingers to pick them up. There. There. And 4 3x20 bolts. Now these, when we built the chassis, this piece here, this little chassis brace here in the middle, cross member, whatever you call it, is one that we press the lock nuts into the ends there. So we need a washer there. A washer out here. And we can get that guy started. Can we? No. Possible. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. Now we can tighten this side down. Get this guy back with me. Get him lined up there. There we go. Alright. Now we turn the page. And we should be mounting our shocks. 3x15 to 3x20s. 3x15s. I don't have 3x15s out. Is that 15? Yeah, that's a 15. Yeah, that's a 15. That's a 15. Okay. How could I be so unorganized? Pink shocks. Oh. Pink shocks. 3x15. And one of these little washer flanging nut, whatever they call it. Pink shocks. Almost be helpful if you had small hands. Make sure everything still moves. Now we can flip it over. And this cross brace is the one that has the press nuts on the back of it. Where's my other screwdriver at? Will that fit in there? No, it won't. Heavens. Whatever will I do? That won't fit in there. Yeah, it'll fit in there good enough. So, 3x20. And again, the little middle spacers. In there, and I hear my neighbor cutting their grass already this morning. Well, it's closing in on 8 o'clock. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear the mower. Hear the mower on there or not. Ooh. Stay there. Why is this one want to be difficult? There we go. All right. There's our rear axle. Suspension a little stiff on these trucks, but that's so you can put a lot of weight on the back of them. They do pull pretty good from what I've seen. Everything still works. Nice and smooth. Alright. Now all that's out of the way. Yeah, I think we'll be alright there. Set him out of the way for a minute, because coming up next go round is the big job. Job that some people don't care for, and that is the transmission. And there's a lot going on in these transmissions, but nothing we can't handle. Cleaning up my mess here. Hopefully sometime this week I will get the transmission put together. I am considered an essential employee, so I am still working every day. I hate it for those people who've lost their jobs and been laid off, and it sucks. It sucks for the whole world right now, but we'll get through it. Keep on doing what we do. Yeah, we got a long ways to go yet. The two biggest parts of these kits are the transmission and the body. The body has a lot going on with it. You got little side view mirrors to put together and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, we'll get to it all eventually. I know some mail order type hobby stuff is you can still get. I have heard like Asia Tees, if you want to order from Asia Tees. I'm looking for a trailer for this thing. I have a pole trailer and a flatbed trailer kit from Tamiya around here somewhere, but I'd like to get a container trailer for it. And I looked on Asia Tees, and their shipping is somewhat restricted right now. Of course, they're in Hong Kong. Said they can, the email I got from them said they can ship, but they have to ship through FedEx. They can't ship Hong Kong Post to U.S. Postal Service right now. And according to what I read, they are taking a little bit of the hit on the shipping. They're going to ship it FedEx, but basically what it sounded like to me is they're going to ship it FedEx, but they're only going to charge you for shipping it through Hong Kong Post. So as everybody's doing what they can, local hobby shops are closed. Mail order is the only way really you can get any type hobby stuff right now. If you have a local hobby shop that does mail order, you can still get stuff through your local hobby shop. My local hobby shop is closed at least until the 1st of May. Yeah, it's kind of stinking all around, but well, we got to do what we got to do, you know. So, but anyway, next time around we'll get started on the transmission, and I hope that won't be too long from now. So until then, everybody stay safe, and later.